Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your Evelyn O'Shorty, and this is like take 8 or 9 of me trying to record this because of work happening outside my shop. But it feels like they're on a break now, and I can actually record this properly, so we're going to review Petrol Head. This is a beautiful looking comic book. You can just flick to random pages and you can see the depth and beauty of the colouring, the line work, the detailing. There's literally not a bad bit of artwork in here, not a bad page in here which doesn't add something to what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is tell a post-climate apocalypse story where the main character is Petrol Head, who's a robot who seems to be instead of the cool, slick, electric-powered robots we also see, he's old school, powered by petrol, diesel or some such. And there's people trying to maybe save the people who are existing in this post-apocalypse climate disaster. And these are all cool kind of concepts, but it does mean, I feel like there should be a political discussion on this kind of thing, but honestly, it's just such a beautiful comic book and so well written that I'm going to actually see if I can avoid doing that and just talk about the comic book and what it does well. So let's talk about character design first. With the titular Petrol Head, he looks fantastic. He's very old school robot, kind of big and clunky and asymmetrical. He's wearing human clothes and smokes a cigar. Like the first time we see him, he's having the police called on him, who are different robots. The police are just much more shiny and slick and cool. And it's a very Karen kind of moment that these people, the humans in this world, see a robot outside of the zone where he is permitted to be, in a kind of like a ghettoized kind of area within the multiple domed areas that humanity still survives in. And they call the police, and these police are much more slick and cool and well-armed, and threats of violence gets want to go to. And it feels like this could be very much a Karen kind of moment, but that does lean more into the politics kind of stuff, so we won't worry about that stuff. I mean, plus, it'd be kind of lazy to do that with just a robot, because this is usually a thing that affects people of colour, and this comic book does have two major characters who are people of colour. We do have a super genius scientist and his daughter, and the super genius scientist is trying to actually find a way to reverse the damage done, make life better for everyone so they can break out of these zones that they're in and maybe try and live better lives for everyone. Unfortunately, not everyone involved in this kind of story really wants this to happen. There is a major, I want to say, bad guy robot, and the design for this one is absolutely fantastic. It's very much deep into the uncanny valley. It is off-putting and alien, but also weirdly human in places. Feels like those design choices by the people who would have designed the robot in this world to maybe make the robot look a bit human, a little bit like, oh yeah, we can trust it, but then it was gone too far. And this robot is in power and wants to stay in power. And as such, when there is a chance for somebody to do something to break down the structures which allow the robot to keep control over society, he's really unhappy about this. And again, I feel like I'm getting into ideas of politics and anarchism against patriarchy and hierarchical power structure. And it doesn't feel like that's really worth you getting into. This comic book isn't about that. It's also got some really cool race sequences of these robots driving petrol cars before it was outlawed. Basically because it's a bread and circus kind of situation. When everything's going absolutely all to hell, the robots in charge wanted something to keep the populace distracted. So they wouldn't look outside, they wouldn't look at each other and realise everything that's going wrong. So these things existed to be entertainment, and then when that entertainment wasn't relevant or culturally important anymore, they were sidelined. And this plays into the idea that the robot in charge uses a lot of AI structuring and does a lot to look at what is popular for people, for the populace, and then uses this data on public opinion to sway public opinion, effectively making sure that give people enough of what they want, but also change things up a little bit to manipulate what they think they're going to get and how they engage with it. And it's almost like it's taking a little bit of swipe at how algorithmic processes are used in social media and how this stuff is used in an awful lot of things. Machine learning, used in stuff like job applications and policing and all this kind of thing. And it is very, very dangerous, and you don't want to see this happening on such a... Again, I'm really falling into this trap of just looking at it in terms of what it's doing as political stories. Almost as if when people write sci-fi stories, what they're actually doing is not looking at how bad the world can get in the future if we don't do anything, but literally saying the world is already heading in that direction. We need to look at these problems. We can't ignore them. We can't just put a shiny coat on it and pretend that it is nothing but entertainment. There is deeper messages to this art, and in this particular case, it really helps. I found out recently that Rob Williams, one of the creators of it, wants to do a Judge Dredd 2008 comic about defunding the police, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm on board. I really like it. I really like him. The artwork is fantastic. I have literally nothing bad to say about this comic book. It is spectacular. I think it's going to be one of those that when the full collection comes out, I'm going to buy it so I can sit and read the entire thing in one go. Because the pacing of it is so quick and so frenetic. The artwork is so dynamic, and it just feels like it's the kind of thing I want to read it all in one go, rather than have to wait a month for each issue to come out. But other than that, fantastic. Absolutely love it. That's it for now, though. There's not been as many reviews this week. I've lost some time and I've been a bit busy, and there's also not as much cool things out this week. But make sure you do keep checking back. Until then, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.